Guys, how are you? It's Miss Amadio here with this week's ESOL lesson. Today we're going to be reading a book about our neighborhood. So some vocabulary that we're going to see in this book are neighborhood, people, live, and work. You can see I drew a couple things over here to help us learn those words, like the house that we live in, a doctor going to work, some people in our neighborhood, and then some homes next to each other in a neighborhood. Our sight words for this week are who and out. You notice on my paper, I wrote them 3 different kinds in different colors. That's a great way to practice them. And we also talked about we could cheer them, chant them, clap them. Just a fun way to practice them. Always say the word who, spell the word W-H-O, and then say the word who again. You can keep practicing that a couple times this week. All right, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go ahead and talk about the slides this week and read a book together. So like I said, this week you're learning about your neighborhood. And remember, neighborhoods can look very different. So we have a lot of different pictures of neighborhoods. We have big houses, we have a city, a home in the country. And our vocabulary words I said are going to be people, live, work. So we're going to talk about the different people. There's people at the zoo. I live in a house, but fish live in water. Kids work at school, but the firefighters work to put out the fire. In this one, you're just going to drag a picture over. So you're going to click it with your mouse and you're going to drag it over. Which pictures here show people? You're going to pull them over. So I probably wouldn't bring over the picture of the dog because I know that a dog is not a person. Okay. On slide 4, you're going to drag over some pictures of where people live. So I might choose the bird's nest because I know that birds live in a nest. But I probably wouldn't choose the bear because bears are animals, not a place to live. All right. And then again, you're going to drag over pictures of people working. So I might drag over the picture of the doctor, but I would not drag over the picture of the boy playing on the swing because he's not working. He's having fun. All right, we know that people live, work, and play in all these neighborhoods. So there's a lot of different types of neighborhoods. And together we're going to read the book Here in My Neighborhood. Here in My Neighborhood by Lana Rios. Remember, she's the author. She's the person who wrote the words in this book. And it's illustrated by Amy Loeffler. So she's the illustrator. That means that she drew the pictures. Here in my neighborhood, people live and work here. Who lives in my neighborhood? My pals live here and play ball. Who works in my neighborhood? Mitch works here and bakes bread. Who works in my neighborhood? Chuck works here and drives the bus. Who works in my neighborhood? Miss Witt works here and looks out for us. Here is my neighborhood. It is full of people who work and play. Okay, so it just tells us about a couple different jobs in the neighborhood. And we're going to use them as we continue working on our high frequency words. Remember, I told you a fun way to do it is clap, W-H-O, who? O-U-T, out. So another fun way to practice your sight words at home. All right, again, we're doing a click and drag. We want to spell who, W-H-O, and out, O-U-T, by dragging the correct letters into the boxes. At this point, you can reread Here in My Neighborhood, read it to a friend or a family member, and then I want you to look over the key details of the books. What do? They play ball, he bakes bread, he drives a bus, she keeps us safe. So those are some important details from the book Here in My Neighborhood. All right, and then you're going to, again, drag over who works in the neighborhood. I know the dog's not working, so I probably won't drag the dog over. All right, who plays in the neighborhood? I know the mailman's working, he's not playing, so I probably wouldn't pick him. Figure out which picture shows somebody playing. All right, then you're going to talk to a parent or a grown-up in your house, and you're going to tell them what the pictures in the book show. You can reread the book again. I'm going to flip right through because we already read it. And then you're just going to pull over which sentence goes with the picture. So we look at the picture of the boy playing baseball. People play in the neighborhood. Or people go to school in the neighborhood. I wonder which one fits with that picture, and I'll drag that sentence over to the box. All right, same thing here on your last slide. I see the baker, and I see the little girl. She looks excited. Maybe she's going to go into the bakery and get a donut or a cake. I'm going to say people are sad in the neighborhood or people are happy in the neighborhood. Which one of these would fit? All right, so do a great job. You guys have been working really hard on your slides. I love everybody who's been turning them in. Makes me so happy, and I know I've been checking them and sending your grades back. You're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. I'm proud of you. See you next week.